know the motto, 2 L's up, you 2 L's up. Be the crew, that's us to trust. We came to make a difference this year by doing things different than we did them last year. East side, north side, let's connect, what up? South side, west side, let's connect, what up? Make this paper with the bars and the beats. Paper, make paper together and we can eat.
We back at it. We back at it. Episode 3.
Number 3, baby.
Number 3.
We back. Number 3. You know what I'm saying?
That's what's up. I hope y'all enjoyed. You know, episode 1, episode 2, part 1 and 2.
That's right.
Hope y'all enjoyed it. Got something from it. You know, took it. You know, and ran with it.
Crazy. We've been checking y'all out. You know what I'm saying? The feedback we've been getting.
Yes. I've been getting a lot of calls. A lot of people hollering at me saying they enjoy the show. This is motivation. It's motivational. They in the gym working out, listening to dudes saying, okay, this what's up. Going back home, talking to their kids, giving their daughters and sons an extra hug and all that.
I mean, we're just doing it for y'all, man. You know, we just trying to give y'all something, a little something that's different. You know, something that's coming from here instead of all over the place. You know, we trying to give y'all a little bit of realness. You know what I'm saying? A little reality of where it is really, how we feel, you know what I'm saying, for the people in the communities and stuff, man, for real,
especially
man.
coming from two brothers that, you know, been through it, you know what I mean?
Politics
been through the belly of the beast, you know, been out here in them streets,
Tracy,
now we out here living life.
Baby.
That's it is. That's what's up. Gotta take it in, baby. Gotta enjoy it, man. Gotta live life, man. I tell you, that's what it is.
Yeah, it's the understanding right here, man.
Word. Gotta smile about something, man, because, man, it's going down, man.
President-elect Trump, y'all. We told y'all to go vote. Hey, he did go vote.
But now to be real, New York, you know what I'm saying? New York went and voted. She won New York, you know what I mean? So he was doing his thing. I mean, she did her thing and stuff in New York. So
that was expected though. You know what I'm saying? We gonna ride for it.
It was just the electoral votes that it's come to look like that's gonna kill us.
Yeah,
you know,
man.
People that don't really have, you know what I mean, nothing to do with the laws that pass, that's going to be passed, that will be passed. They in their own world, they in their own bubble.
They
you know,
out.
some people that they done selected to vote on our presidency, on the person that's going to be our chief and commander.
Because we didn't step up as a people, you know what I'm saying, like we supposed to. I mean, the demographic of it is, it's like 43% of the people that voted for Obama in the Democratic, like the brother talked about in episode 2, you know what I'm saying, about the Democrats and the Republicans, yada, 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 right? And they didn't vote. The people that they expected to vote said, you know what, I don't like Hillary, so I ain't gonna vote.
No,
and a no vote for Hillary is a vote for who? Guess what? Your president-elect.
Yes, it's definitely
your president-elect, buddy.
All I gotta say
don't be mad. They out there marching and all that. We shall overcome all over again. All over again. So now you got the buzz now with the electoral college. Like, December 9th, we gon' the 19th. We gonna vote. They gonna vote on behalf of the the uneasiness of the people of America.
Really?
They got a chance to veto the vote.
The man won at 290 to her 228.
So spanked up. Really, nasty.
What's change they gonna make? I mean, it ain't like it's about a couple people. Yeah. You know what I mean? So really, what change they really gonna make? Yeah, so really, right now, when every president came up talking about change, we as a people, you know what I mean, as a minority people, we supposed to sit there and say change for us. You know what? I'm gonna change myself. I'm gonna do what I gotta do. Check the other episodes. Go to school and educate and empower yourself. Because that's all that matters. Because if you do that, you don't care who's the president. Nah. Because you know what? We still got to wake up and do what we got to do. It doesn't
directly affect you. It doesn't directly affect you.
Until real laws get passed that really affect you. That's what's going to happen. When they really, and then now he got to go through the Senate and Congress for real major laws to get passed. So it's not nothing that we can sit there and say, oh man, it's over. Nah, it ain't over. It's over for people who depended on him, or it was dependent on Hillary to come in and give them some benefits and give them a hand in the helping hand. Yeah, it may may be bad for you, but if you out there saying to yourself, you know what, I don't care what that guy was doing, whatever, I'm gonna get out here and get mine. I'm gonna get this education, I'm gonna get these degrees, these certificates, go get this trade.
Keep that push.
And I'm gonna do what I gotta do, because you know what, at the end of the day, this, you know what I mean, win or lose, that don't pay your bills.
Nah.
Win or lose, that don't pay your bills.
And they want you not to pay your bills.
You know, so
they want you not
it don't matter what, that decision there don't pay your bills. Ain't gonna put food on your table for your kids. You know, it ain't gonna help your kids with this college tuition. So it ain't gonna do that. So what's gonna help you do that is you.
That's right.
You gotta help yourself do that. You gotta make sure you go out and make it happen. You know, everybody, I know you don't want to go out and maybe don't want to work for nobody, this, that, and the third. You don't gotta go work for nobody. Get out there and do what you gotta do. If you gotta hustle. There's many hustles out there, but just try to be good at what you're doing, because we know with a lot of hustles out there, there's two sides to that coin. You know what I mean? So you don't want to go do a hustle that you thinking that may put you on the wrong side of that coin and have you in the belly of the beast and you behind them bars. So just do whatever hustle that you know that can make it happen. You know what I mean? That can make you better yourself and better your circumstances, better your surroundings. You know, that's what all that really matters in this day and age, in this day and time, especially with this new President Trump that's going to be there.
Like, it's crazy even saying that, man. The new President Trump. And you touched on something that's crazy, because you said that you gotta get up and do something, you know what I mean? And it's like saying, well, will you set up and wait for somebody to bring you food? You know what I'm saying? That's a degree in 120. And so if you don't if you don't physically do for yourself, you can't expect somebody else to do for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, maybe somebody may help you if you're in a situation where you can't provide, but it's to the point where, do you really feel that weak where you can't do on your own as a man, as a woman, as an adult, to the point where you waiting for the Messiah or the person that you want to be in office, per se, like we speaking about. So you mad that Hillary's not there, or she's not gonna be there, and Obama's leaving, and we got this jerk coming. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, in January when he's inaugurated, you supposed to be at work that day. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to be plastered on TV. It's going to be plastered on social media. It's going to be plastered everywhere. But you still got to do for yourself. You still got to do for your family.
But is it God bless the child that holds his own?
That's right. And carries that weight on his shoulders, for sure.
You got to do what you got to do out there. Because you can't sit there and depend on someone else to do it for you, or depending on them to give you a handout. You do for yourself, because that also shows your kids too. That leads to when you expecting a handout, you get handouts so much, you get lazy. To the point where now you getting lazy and you don't know what detriment that's showing your kids now, because your kids sitting back going to school doing what they doing, they seeing well, mommy, daddy just sit back and get hands out. You know, maybe I can sit back and get a handout. No matter how much you talk about getting your own, if you're not getting your own and you just sitting there but you getting a handout,
you can't call
really you can't call no shots. You can't say, oh, I'm this guy, I'm that guy. Yo, I don't work for nobody because of this. I don't work for nobody because of that. Okay, you don't work for nobody, but you sitting home getting funding, you getting some type of dependent. So really what that makes you?
What you doing?
What are you really doing? But you gonna sit and tell me you don't work for nobody, you don't want to do this, that's not you. You don't work for this man or that man. I don't care what you do. You could benefit your situation. You don't work for nobody, cool. You don't want to work for cool. Get there. Get that job. Get in there and give him a couple months, get some money to where you know what, now I'm good enough to go do what I really wanted to do, so that I don't gotta work for nobody. Don't sit there and say I don't work for nobody, but you getting welfare, food stamps, you getting all this dependent from the city and the state and the government, but you don't want to work for nobody. That's the lowest of. That's lower than not working for somebody. Because you're getting dependent. You're dependent on somebody, and then you're dependent on who? And you ain't dependent on the brother. Who giving you that? The system. But who's the system?
The system is that you don't want to be a part of.
The man.
It's the man. You're the man on your back.
At the end of the day,
on your back again.
You still dependent on the man. But you dependent on in the worst way. Please just get out there, because there's opportunities out there to do what y'all do to make it happen for yourself. But please, man, don't be dependent. That's my thing. Don't be dependent on another person. Like they say, most times when you depend on somebody, what happens? They let you down. You get, it's a letdown. So if you depend on yourself, you and yours, you know what's going to happen.
For sure.
You know what you can do. You know, so you go out there and do it, man.
If you could get up every morning, if you wake up every morning, you know what I'm saying? Because nobody is guaranteed to wake up every morning.
Nope.
So I say if you could get up every morning, that gives you an outdate or outlook to do something different that day. So if you went to sleep that day with no job and you wake up the next morning, listen, you might get a job the next day, but you got to do something to get that job.
You got to go out there and apply yourself.
You know what I'm saying? You got to find your niche. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna be a gangster, you know what I mean? And mentally you want to be a gangster, then you should be the best gangster you gonna be. You know what I'm saying? I'm not condoning being a gangster. You know what I'm saying? But we got to be the best at who.
Because if you know the downfalls of that situation, and you know with the you know escape and get away from, so you know what, I'm gonna be the best at this that I can be.
You got to be the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's your life. You know what I'm saying? And what you bring into life is what's going to manifest into other lives. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like being a father. What you bring into the world, you have to be responsible for. So if you bring into a world a baby, you got to be responsible for that. We touched on that on last episode. You know what I'm saying? So now you got to deal with the reality of being who you are. You have to look into yourself, look into the mirror, and be comfortable with who you are in that mirror. Because if you're not comfortable with who you are, guess what? Nothing gonna come out of that. You know what I mean? Because you're living a lie. You know what I mean? And that goes back to what the brother was saying about following the man. You know what I mean? Being dependent on something that's not who you are.
You are, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's
crazy.
And that's what it is. You just don't want to be dependent on that. Depend on yourself, your family, you know what I mean? And make sure that happens. That's what you're trying to prosper and build up. You know,
but don't obligate yourself though also. Don't put that pressure on yourself where you obligated to do what, like brother said, I had to do what I had to do. And that, listen, you end up throwing a brick and then you have one of them things on your shirt.
The tags, the name tag, the number tag
on your shirt, bro.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
With the R, the A on
95 R 5125.
You know what I'm saying? You know what the R and A's is, baby. Down stale Clinton.
So you know what I'm saying? We know who the president is. You know, we know who he is, who we gonna be. So we just gotta deal with it from our aspect, from your aspect. That's it. You know what I mean? Just make yourself better, make your situation better, so you don't have to worry about what this guy's doing. He's talking about this. Just better yourself. Empower and educate yourself and your situation.
And don't put too much pressure on yourself, man. You know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna give you a little example. Like, say you living somewhere and your neighbor pull up in a brand new Benz, and you ride the train. You like, damn, yo, I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that should give you the will to do better. You know what I mean? Because y'all live in the same neighborhood. You know what I mean? So something he's doing may be a little push for yourself. You don't hate on that, brother. You say, well, damn, if he got a new Benz, I need to do something to get me a car. Not get you a Benz because you riding the train. Don't shoot too far.
Yeah, step up gradually, you know what I mean? At what you're doing in life.
Gravitate to your
You don't want to just see a person with this and say, I got to get that down. You going out to try and make every means to get it. No, I see he getting that, so you know what? I'm going to step up. I'm going to get, he got that, I'm going to get this.
If that's what you want. If that's what you want. But hate ain't going to get you nowhere. Hate is like a deterrent.
That's where it come to. That's where it can come to if the situations get to the point where he takes certain fundings and people look at it a certain way, whereas, he may take this or take that. Because if he's taking something from anything, it's going to be from the poor right now. It's going to be from the people who are less fortunate right now. So if he do that, then that means there's more people out there with less. There's more people out there with less jobs, with no jobs, and you sitting out there saying, you know what? I got to do something now. So now there's other people out there that's making it happen, doing what they got to do, still living their life. Now they victims now, because you less fortunate, and you out there because the situation was been taken away from you. You less fortunate now. Now I'm here working, living my life. I done did what I had to do, but I'm living my life, staying, maintaining, above water. I'm floating. I'm good. But now here I come with another brother who done lost what he lost in his situation. Now he coming to jack me. He coming to do what he got to do to me, or he coming to steal my car. He coming to do this. So those are situations people could look at and be like, man, that can happen.
We're teeter-tottering on that right now. But that's where we at.
Laws got to be really changed. Laws really got to be changed. Senate and Congress really got to pass certain laws, and things got to happen. So before we get to that, right now, it ain't there. So you know what? do what you got to do before you get there. So if that do happen, that ain't got nothing to do with you. You know what I mean? I'm all right. You know where I'm working, or I got me a business. I'm doing what I need to do. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Man. I'm good, man.
However you feel to get right, get right. You know what I'm saying? Like, be about growth and development, man. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about being super rich. Just be about growth.
Yep, and that's where it comes to another thing. Whereas us as people, especially as black people, I think we kind of getting it now because we see it, because everything we go through, they ask for it, which is credit.
It's fluid.
You know what I'm saying? Credit, how your credit is and your history. So that's something else, you know what I mean, that I feel that we as people, minorities, we should definitely step up our game and building our credit with ourselves. You know, because we are, you know what I mean?
A lot of our credits are messed up right now.
Messed up because of it's because of, you know, parents before, because you know, back in the days, parents used your social security number,
it's all about and
you know, this, that, and the third. So you know, phone bill, light bill, gas bill, whatever.
Everything going to kids.
You know what I mean? So you think about those, you know, your credit score might be a little messed up from that. But you know what? We grown now. That's what comes to getting your own and empowering yourself as well. You can get out there and pay for those, pay back, you know, whatever. You know what I mean? Delinquent payments your parents done created from back in the days and all that. So you know what? Let me take care of that.
That credit thing is amazing, man.
Because listen, that's what's so important.
Amazing, man.
Apartment. You know, stores, whatever you name it, cars. You know, whatever you go for,
health.
They want to check your credit. What's your credit about?
I mean,
what's this about?
Biggie said that goddamn credit debit. You know what I mean? But the thing is, like we as people, you know what I mean? We have issues with paying things back. You know what I mean? Listen, we got issues with that. You know what I mean? If my man lent me $5, I'm like, nah, that's my man, son. I ain't gotta give him back that $5.
Now I'm be 100 with you, player.
That's credit.
Nigga pay a dude to pay the minimum a lot of time. What I owe?
And you pay the minimum late.
Let me get that in.
You pay the minimum late. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you. You know what I mean? I ain't got the best credit. You know what I mean? But I pay it. It be late, but I pay it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but today in 2016, it's like, yo, you gotta have some type of credit, man. You gotta have something, like, even if you're trying to get a job, bro, you gotta have good. I'm like,
they do background checks, and when you put your social security to it, that's everything. That's everything.
You can look up your credit score on Google now. Like, yo, you got bad credit on Google. I'm like, what? You know what I'm saying? Equifax and Experian and all these other things, TransUnion, they determine your life. It's like, yo, even if you trying to get imagine trying to get a car, you can have, it's so crazy. You can have like $10,000 and you're going to get you a car and your credit is bad. You're like, nah, we can't put you in that. But we can put you in that. Listen, but your percent rate is 24%.
They may even tell you, we can put you in that. They'll tell you we can put you in that. But guess what? Now your payments is crazy. The APR on that is crazy.
And and all that goes on the back end of the percentage. They don't even go on the principal or the loan.
You know, so
you just paying interest.
All interest.
Forever you paying
the bank back interest. So you sit there and say, you know what?
Dug a hole for yourself with
that's why it's best, to build your credit up. If parents don't use your kid's name, let them live.
Nah, don't use the kid's name.
That was the back in the days, I know, but if you are doing that, man, don't do that. Don't use your kids. Leave them alone. Leave them kids alone.
The Wiz went out of business because the black people was using up for all of that.
Leave that alone. You know what I mean?
Yo,
word.
That's why he went out of business. I didn't mean to. That was just a segue. My bad.
Nobody. A lot of business went down because of that. Because you was just accepting anybody.
You know what I mean?
So anybody's social security card, social security number, there it is, Let me get this. Let me get that. But just educate yourself on the credit, the benefit. You know what I mean? The benefits of having credit, good credit. And because
try that out.
You sit there and say to yourself, you know what? If they offering this, if I could come to the table and I could build my credit to a point where this bank will loan me $100,000.
X, Y, Z, for sure.
You know what I mean? 75, 100,000 for me to start my business, and all I gotta do is pay that back. And guess what? I got a good business plan. I got a good thing going, I know I can get that to them. I know I can pay that back.
Because you got to pay that back.
You got to pay that
and
back.
Put that
but you make that happen. You make that happen because that's all it's about.
It out, man. Like,
building up that, man.
You got to figure it out. You know what I'm saying?
Because no credit. It's like having bad credit out here, okay? Don't let nobody tell you, oh, I don't mess with credit card. Yeah, okay, they don't mess with credit. Then you're not established out here.
If you want to be in that realm, you know what I'm saying? You want to be a homeowner, you know what I'm saying? You want to have a car, you know what I'm saying? You want to take wifey out to the nice restaurants and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You want to rent a car. You can't even rent a car with cash.
Nope.
You got to have a credit.
Got to have credit card.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have a credit, they put a, what is that, $500-$600 hole on your debit card. And if you ain't got that in the bank, you ain't getting that car. It's over. You know what I mean? You're going to be walking.
That's what we tell you.
Back on the bus.
Just, parents out there, educate your kids. We just sparking, like we said, we building, we just be sparking. Something that you can go back and say, you know what, they right.
Give something
you know what,
babies,
let me go back and tell my kids or show my kid, let them know, yo, this is what this is about. This is what that about. Go out there and do that. If they too young, you wait till they get to that age so you can really mold them and show them like, yo, this is what you can do. This is how you pay bills. Here go a book. Here go the checking account. Here go, this is what I do every week. This is what I do every month. When I'm paying bills, how I organize my checking account, my savings accounts. How I structure things. You show them this so that they can be aware of it, so it ain't foreign to them when they get older.
Finances.
Me being the cat that I am, I had to wait till my shorty, who's my wife now, Sheila, showed me how to sign a check, how to fill out a check.
Wow.
And that was like, that had to be probably about 2001, 2002.
Wow.
Matter of fact, 2000, because I met her in 2000.
Wow.
2000.
Shout to Sheila, too.
Baby girl, I love you. You know what I mean? So, it's like, from there, so before that, I never got shown this. I even have a bank account. I had a bank account when I hit the scene, because that's what from being in the penitentiary. Right. Those one of the skills you learn from reading, learning so much. You sit there and say, you know what? Let me get a bank account.
Yeah, something with a little
Let me get out there, and put my name, get my name established some way. So let me get a bank account.
That's before they had the logos on it. Just a plain card with numbers on it.
No, man, I remember my Green Point. That was my first bank account. Right there on Rockaway and over there by the Canarsie, on Rockaway by the L train.
Okay.
There's at the Green Point right there. You know what I'm saying? Right there where Andy's at. Right across from Andy's. I was just going over there before Andy's was over there.
The shop.
Andy's, the Polo, you know what I mean? So, the Polo store. So I was just go over there. I used to live over there.
Right.
So, you know what I mean? So I used to be going over there. So I'm like, yo, hold on. But when I got the account, I never got a checking account. I never got a checkbook or nothing. I just, you know what I mean? Just savings. Just put money in. That's that.
That's it.
Put money in savings. So now I'm sitting there like, okay, meet her. I'm like, yo, sign a check. I just signed a check. All right. I'm looking at it. These lines, and I know where to put the name of the money and everything. I'm handing it in. I just filled out the amount and what I wanted, handed it in.
Hell yeah.
They said, oh nah, you ain't sign it. You ain't tell us what it's for. You know what I mean? You ain't doing this.
You gotta know what's going on.
You gotta do it. I said, oh, okay.
It's like a money order on steroids.
Learning this at what? 22.
Wow.
Learning this at 22.
Wow.
So I'm like, you know me, those are things we sit there as a minority people that we don't teach our kids certain finances, how to handle things, how to pay bills. So you say, you know what?
You gotta ready them for
how to save money. How to sit there and say, you know what? Let's save money. Okay, even if you got it, you know me, my little daughter, Princess Amira, she been working since she was 14, so she got a car for she been working ever since we showed her how to save, how to stack your money. Every time you get paid, you put a couple dollars away.
Put a couple
dollars away. Save something because
it's gonna come back in the long run.
It's rainy days. It's always rainy days. Sometimes you may need a little couple dollars for something. So you save something. You don't get your check and just spend it all, go foo and go boom boom. You don't go foo with it. You just hold on. You just take a little bit for the savings, and then you sit there and say, here go this.
I got something established. I'm in the bank. But see, the women are a little bit more savvy with that. You know what I'm saying? They more savvy to the point where they think about tomorrow. As to us, we think about right now. You know what I'm saying? Coming up, with the finances, like you were saying about your daughter and stuff like that. Because, you know what I mean? Growing up, you think about, well, I get paid on Friday. I'm gonna go get them Jordans. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get this shirt to go with it. Boom. And all I need is that money to go back to work for the next week. And I'm gonna save on that next check. You know what I'm saying? But the females is like, all right, well, you know,
priorities first.
Yeah. I gotta take care of that. You know what I mean? Cell phones and all that back then, so those bills was non-existent. But we had other things, you know what I'm saying, like the haircuts and the getting it, well, not the nails, but getting your hair done and all that other stuff. So now today's child, well, not child, but today's teenager, I like to keep it on the teenager thing because young adults is they're more equipped, they're more savvy with it because now they're getting paid more.
Times have changed.
They're getting paid more. You know what I mean? The cost of living is higher. They're getting paid more, so now they have to balance it better. You know what I mean? They're more savvy with the money, and they know that, well, mom and dad gonna give me so and so, but I still gotta put so and so away because of so and so. You know what I'm saying? It's always about the so and so because daddy might be messed up this week because he had to pay them bills and he can't give me that. So you know what? I got this to fall back on that's in the bank. You know what I mean? Because I put $20 a week away. And so
listen, if you just stack that money up and you do what you got to do, and you make sure you save, and you saving, and you do, you know what I mean, you put something aside for rainy days,
always
or for whenever, when you know that time is hard, or you know, it's always a time when you sitting there in between weeks. You know, most people get paid every 2 weeks. It's always that hard week that you may be short of some change, you may need some money. You always stash something for them days. That's basically what it is. You know what I mean?
To be above your means too.
Yeah, don't live above your means. That's another thing. You don't be out here getting
the Joneses.
The Jones, keeping up with them Joneses.
Them Joneses, man. You know,
see that new Martini teddy bear. You know what I mean? Knowing that joint costs running with tax, everything costs you about like $430, $440.
Man,
knowing that you can't. This is rent week. And you say that to me, I gotta make it happen. Nah, player, leave that martini alone, man.
Unless you get it for a good discount.
Unless you got a deal, you know what I mean? You get the deal. You know the homie hookup.
Shout out to the brothers that be giving us those good discounts.
Oh yes, look,
you know what I mean? Y'all be taking care of us out there in them streets. I ain't gonna big you up on camera, but you know who you are.
You know who you are.
You know what I mean?
You know who you are.
Word up. But yeah, for real, man. You know, we gotta be more, you know, more direct with the money and the finances, man, because like we've come so far. I know I've come far, man. You know what I mean? 2 years ago I was unemployed. Man, you know what I mean? Just off the strength of a DUI. You know what I'm saying? And it was rough. It was rough. You know what I mean? I had to reinvent myself in a sense because I got knocked off a mountain in a sense, you know what I mean? Like it was the reality just clocked me in my head, ka-dum, you know what I mean? And it was like I ain't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? Because you get comfortable with that every week or every 2 weeks finances coming in. Like you could calculate in your head, well, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna do that. And then when that gets taken away from you, bro, it's like, damn, am I going back in the streets? You know what I mean? Because you've developed a level of comfortability to the point where you become situated in the sense where you have to say, well, how am I going to function now? Because like we was talking earlier, you become dependent on the system. The system is the job, whether you like to admit it or not. Because the opposite of that is, the flip side of that is the streets.
Yeah.
If a brother say, yo, I can't get a job and I can't get this and I can't get that, guess where he's going?
Going to the streets.
He going to the streets. You know what I mean? And it was like, nah, I ain't trying to go back in them streets, man. So I had to humble myself, deal with self-discipline and deal with the knowledge of the self that I got, and say, you know what? I'm just got to take something that's a little bit lower and get myself back. You know what I'm saying? Get myself back because I know my worth, but I'm not gonna fight against the system.
Because you don't want to go back to the belly and the beach. You don't want to be back there. Because most dudes will tell you
that's a one-way trip. That's a one-way trip.
Listen, I remember when I was in there, most of we would say, yo, dudes out there doing nothing, they need to come to jail and let a real person go out there and do something with that life. That time they out there playing with it. Yeah, man. You know, a lot of dudes in the penitentiary would love to come out here and be like, you know what you doing? you get handed the man, go in jail. Let me come out here and let me do something. Let me show you how to make it happen out here, and not depend on Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump.
Nah, it's so
let me show you how we do this here. You know what I mean? That's how certain dudes look at it. That's how dudes talk about it in the pen. Like, yo, word, right? Dudes going out there playing with that life, playing with this time out there,
playing with that freedom. Man.
You know what I mean? No matter what it is you're doing, you out here.
It's real. It's real.
How they say? What do you say? If you ain't dead or in jail. Come on, man. You out here, you can make a living. You can make something, do something.
You can do something, man. You can definitely do something.
Definitely do something out here.
Definitely do something.
Definitely, please, man, just educate your kids on the finances of how to build they self up in here, because you know
this is about them. It's about their future.
When you look at yourself personally, we are brands. Like you could look at yourself as a brand. You can get out there and make something of yourself.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, go out there and build your own self up. So it ain't just about going out there doing something for somebody else. You can do something for yourself.
Promote yourself. Be about yourself. It's not about being conceited or anything like that. It's about just making yourself something that's of importance to other people, so they can see you as something that's worthwhile to invest in. Like getting a job is being like the company you're working for is investing in you.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying?
If you ain't useful, you useless. If you ain't useful, you useless.
That's right, and use a fool.
Okay?
And use a fool.
That's what you think about. People look at you, man. If I can't use you some way, you useless out here. And that's how it is. If you ain't got nothing to give somebody,
it's commerce.
What?
It's commerce.
What you here for?
It's commerce.
If you ain't bringing nothing to the table, what are you here for? You know what I mean? That's how people look at it. So you gotta think about that. What am I bringing to the table? What can I do? So if that's what they think about,
you gotta make impressions on people, man. It's like you have a boss, and I'm gonna use my situation as a prime example. You got a boss who is a good person. You know what I mean? He's a good person, but he doesn't fall for the okie doke per se. So you have to keep it real with the boss. Like, listen, yo, son, boom, 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 bang, bang, bang. And he's like, all right, cool, but this is what I need you to do. This is what your job is. This is what you have to do for me to be successful in the position you're in. And he's giving you the ground for you to walk on, and you say, you know what, get out of here, I'm gonna do my own thing, you know what I mean, and I'm gonna work. You know what's gonna happen? He gonna take you, lift you up, and throw you out the building and put somebody else in your position, and now you like, oh, I hate him, yo, he did me dirty, yada yada yada. But at the end of the day, he gave you what he wanted from you. You know, a lot of dudes want you to just
show the motivation.
Yeah.
You know, show that you ready to get that, put that work in. You know what I mean?
You there for a reason.
You pick up the slack if it's needed.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, they want to make sure that's there. They don't want to see in hindsight, okay, you just here just to work. You just here to do this and that's that. You want to make sure, okay, are you ready to expand yourself?
Yeah.
Expand what you doing here.
You know, willing to grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have, like, ambition should be a key word in your vocabulary with eating, with your family, yo, you gotta have ambition. Ambition is something where you have to utilize in your life. Goals, all that's ambition.
You gotta have ambitions out here, man. And that's for the young guys, parents, and people watching. Yo, please teach the kids.
Teach them that.
Teach them ambitions to have some
Make
goals
an acronym out of
that
it
they know. That this is what I want to do. This is what I need to do to get ahead. I'm going to do it.
Right.
This is where I'm going. I see a goal there. That's my goal.
Give them something,
I'm going to get there.
Shoot them like a rocket.
You know what? I'm going to get there by any means necessary. That's what we should be using the Malcolm X slang. By any means necessary, I'm going to make it happen. And I'm talking about making it happen by bettering myself. Not by going against the grain or against the law or what, you know what I mean? I'm going to better myself by doing what I need to do and doing it right and doing it righteously. So you know what? I ain't got to worry about the law knocking on my door.
For sure.
I'm doing what I need to do. I ain't got to worry about nobody, the dudes from the street knocking on my door because they think this is the spot.
Yeah, because it'll follow you.
You know what I mean? I ain't got to worry about none of that. I'm worried about just me and my family because I'm building this up. I'm doing what I need to do.
If you're not about something, you're about nothing. And always remember that. You know what I'm saying? Whether you good, bad, and indifferent. You know what I mean? You have, like I said earlier, you got to choose your path. And whatever your path is, you got to be the best at it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you're not the best at it, somebody going to bypass you. You know what I mean? So that's basically it right there. You know what I mean? In a nutshell. But
just definitely Educate your kids on the benefits of having credit and building themselves up. Yeah. That's about parent, it, man. Just better than they self.
Be about them babies, man. If you got kids, even if you ain't got no kids, you got nephews and nieces. You know what I'm saying? Or you got godsons, goddaughters. Try to, trust me, the universe is gonna reciprocate that. Yeah. Trust me. When you're thinking about your luck is bad, it's because you doing something that's not right and exact. You know what I mean? It's something that you're doing is not right and exact. It's not luck. You're just making yourself lose.
My thing is, if you put it in the air,
okay,
you put it out there.
Okay,
I feel it should come to facts. If you sitting there saying to yourself, "Yo, I'm gonna get out there and get a job," you keep putting it into the atmosphere, putting it out there. I'm gonna do this, and you applying yourself to do it.
You gotta apply it. You
can't just say I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. You can't sit there and pray, "Please God, give me this. Please God, give me." That ain't gonna work.
Yeah, hell no.
You know what I mean? You can pray about it, but you gotta go do something too. You gotta go make the moves about it. You can sit there and put in the atmosphere, I'm gonna be this. But you know what? You gotta do something towards that goal to make that happen.
Yeah, for sure.
You got to. You just can't sit there and say, I'm gonna do it and just sit back and man, hopefully it fall in my lap.
Nah, nothing.
It should fall in my lap by the next year or so because I'm throwing in the atmosphere.
Only thing falling in your lap is crap. You ain't gonna never get nothing to fall in your lap, man. Just crap. That's crap. You know what I mean? It's like rolling craps. You gotta do. Listen, man, yo, you gotta do for real, man.
Definitely gotta do for you and do for yourself, man, because see the times we in right now.
It's like drawing up a plan. Even if you draw up the greatest plan to make $1 million and you don't put that into fruition, it's not gonna happen. It's the knowledge, the wisdom, and the understanding. You gotta do the research. You gotta go through the science of all that. You gotta put it into action. You know what I'm saying? And then you get the result. You know what I mean? So you can't just have the greatest idea in the world and not do nothing with it. Think about all the things that was created.
Yeah.
It came from an idea.
Came from an idea.
Even the babies that you birth into the world, it came from an idea. You know what I mean? It's that simple. You gotta do.
Gotta do it.
You gotta do. You know what I mean? If you don't do, it don't get done. No. That's why the N and the E is on the end of it. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? It's not gonna happen. No equation. That's what the N and E is at. No equation. You know what I mean? It's not gonna get done. You know, but
yeah, man, we just gotta make it happen for ourselves.
We're kind of deep on this episode right here too.
And I see, but you see all this that's going on with the rioting and stuff for the Trump too. That's another thing that you see what's going on. It's like, yo, people are really going out there really rioting, going crazy because he's president.
Mad.
So you see that really makes you be like, yo,
they mad.
If I'm not ready to indulge and get into that, man, I gotta better myself. I gotta do what I gotta do because I don't got time to be getting out there, getting arrested, being away from my family, and going this, that, and the third. Because guess what?
It ain't gonna change.
It ain't gonna change. You know what I mean? You gonna riot. You gonna do what you gotta do, and do that there. But guess what? He's still gonna be president. He's still gonna do what he gotta do. If any laws he wanna change, he still may try to pass it. So all you gotta do is just better yourself and do what you gotta do for yourself. You know what I mean? Educate and empower yourself and your family, man. Please, man.
Why are you angry? Don't be angry. Move on.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, you're gonna get tired of marching.
Yeah, because that's the way it always goes. Most of the time, we do something for a few, but then it just die out, and then it be what it be. You know what I mean? Because if we gonna do that, we might as well just let it be. You know what I mean? Because ain't nothing we can change. It's nothing you can change.
Not
right now. In this at this point where we at right now, there's nothing we can change by him being the president. So he's the president. So we just might as well move on and just go from there and let it be what it be, man.
We done had crazy presidents already. So I don't think that he's gonna implement, the purge or anything like that. You know what I mean?
Because a lot of laws and stuff got to get passed before he even try to do anything. I mean, he got to go through a few people, the Senate, the Congress. So it's like, we not really saying that, but
let go of the panic.
You speak to a person in the hood, they will tell you that though.
Yeah, because
the person in the hood, they don't know, so they would just sit there and say,
it's a conspiracy.
They hear the president
is doing that.
They say, oh man, the president got control over everything. So you know what? He gonna do everything. He gonna put this law in, that law. No. It got steps. Okay, it's steps to this.
The president is the head, is the CEO of the corporation, and he has a board of directors he has to answer to. You know what I mean? And if whatever he says and they don't agree with, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. You know what I mean? He has to fight for whatever it is that he wants to implement. That's why we got into the electoral college. You know what I mean? Because they have the right to veto who they is coming in as presidency. I don't think they will do it because of the backlash that's going to go on with it. They're just going to let them wing it.
Yeah,
and give them the support.
Give them the 4 years.
Yeah, and give them the support to mess it up like Bush did. You know what I mean? And hopefully somebody else will come and clean up the mess. Like, it's going to be bad.
It might be that bad. He might just be going there just to relax.
Yeah. Oh, he's definitely.
He might just going in there not to do no real work as a president. He's just going there to act like he running around doing things, but he's not a politician. He really setting up his situation. So when he out of there, he got his connections. He got all these people he could touch bases with and say, yo, now I'm not the president no more. I'm the president.
Gonna shake things up.
Listen, hook me up. What we got here? Let me trade this with you. Let me use some of these services here. Let me put some industries and some markets over there. Let me do something over here with that. When he goes into his speeches and stuff, and he go overseas, people are gonna watch that because they're gonna want to hear what he has to say and how he's saying it. Yeah. You know what I mean? Because he has his own aura. You just gotta just be about growth and development, like we said, man. And just try to be right. You know what I mean? And get yourself together. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. You know what I mean? Get yourself. If you ain't together, this is the time you gotta get yourself together. You know what I mean? Don't cry to the next man. Talk about, yo, he in this, that, and the third, but you ain't doing nothing about you or yourself to better yourself.
This is the after election episode.
You can talk about it, but long as you sit there talking about it and you doing something to change your situation, your circumstances and stuff to better yourself and your family, then it's all good.
It's politics as usual, baby, for real.
That's it. Politics as usual. You know how we do. It's about building. Word. You know what I'm saying? Word. But on the side note, we about the kids and the babies and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
So, another movement we got going on, the Universal Love and Loyalty. Right. The USuaLL movement we got going. That's the non-profit organization that we got going on. That we do for the kids and giving back to the community and stuff. So, you know how I say we used to take, now we giving back.
That's right.
So we got something. We got a team where there was a children's Christmas affair.
Oh wow.
That's going on December 17th at Stratosphere Studios.
Stratosphere.
227 Utica Avenue. Yeah. We got it going on over
Crown
there.
Heights, Riot Heights, baby.
Crown Heights, right there next to SJP.
That's right.
Right there. Right there. So you come through, you bring your kids through. Come get a gift. While gifts last, be there early.
Right, be there
it's
early.
From 2 to 6.
2 to 6. Don't be late.
December 17th.
Don't be late.
The Children's Christmas Affair, presented by USuaLL. A few other sponsors there too. We're going to check out the flyer. You're going to see the flyer.
It's floating around. It's
the flyer at the end. The flyer. You're going to see the flyer at the end of the show. Right. Promote us up. Let y'all know what's going on. Yeah, but definitely come through for that and show us love, because that's about the community. That ain't about no negativity stuff. That's about us giving back to the people, to the community. Yeah,
that's what's up, man. That's peace.
That's what it is on that. Plus, we also be aware for the Crown joint we got going on this December.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. December 9th, we got the Low Crown. You know what I mean. We talked about it in the last episode. It's picking up a little buzz and stuff like that. But I wanted to really touch on we're gonna be having a coat drive coming soon, you know what I'm saying, in conjunction with other teams and stuff like that. And we got the Haiti thing going on also, where brothers is collecting for toys and stuff like that for the people in Haiti, the kids in Haiti.
My Haitian people.
It's a lot of things that's going on, man. Just get in tune with us, you know what I mean? It's like we could go all day about the community work that we doing. If you know who we are, we don't really got to speak on it too much.
RLPC.
You know what I'm saying? So
love,
it's like
respect, peace, culture.
We leading by example, per se. You know what I'm saying? It's like the brother said, we not taking no more, we giving back. Because we need to reciprocate all the stuff that was taken. You know what I'm saying? And we thinking that the babies is more important. You know what I mean?
The future. Yeah. That's what it's about me. It's about the future. You know what I mean? That's coming up behind us. It's about them. It's good love.
Support the ski trip. You know what I mean? The ski trip in February. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah. It's
support
a nice
ski trip. Holla at me. You know what I'm saying? For the ski trip and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And we, let me tell you something, man. I'm gonna be real with you, man. I'm a brother that's about substance. This brother's about substance, and we just keeping it 1,000, man. You know what I mean? Take it with a grain of salt. Whatever you hear speaking about or see it speaking about, then and you feel that you want to add on to it or whatever, add on to it. You know what I'm saying? And we can have a conversation about it on camera, off camera, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Or if you got a topic,
but it's all about building. You know, ain't nothing about nothing. It's just about building.
Yeah, ain't no craziness.
Coming a solution. You know, we may agree to disagree, but it's just about coming a solution about about the situation at hand or whatever.
It's all politics.
It's all politics.
And it's usual.
But yeah, man, just definitely take heed, man. For this episode 3, you know, if you're gonna take anything out, just remember, do for yourself, man. Empower and educate yourself, because
and be about
we
yourself.
all gonna complain about this president
Growth
that's here,
but
baby. just build on yours and your peoples and stuff. You see here, you know what I mean? OG Low Life, you know what I mean? SJP sitting here with the RLPC, you know, member Lifa Low, you know. We here. We just trying to build up 2 different parties and 2 different sides, right?
You know what I mean? We just here doing what
but we here under the same umbrella of that love and loyalty, that low life, and we just here trying to build
universal.
it.
And it's universal.
It ain't about the negative, it's about the positive now. Universal love and loyalty, universal. You know, and if y'all have any questions,
definitely.
Or y'all want to participate with the universal love and loyalty movement, just hit us up, hit me up. Big Man, the Watchtower, Ship Low, you know. Just hit us up, and you know, we'll let you know how you can participate, how you can help, you can donate, because that's basically what it's about. Helping, donate, and you know, supplying things for the kids in the community. It ain't about you giving us something and we putting the money in our pocket and running off the block about it. No, it ain't about that with us. You know, you speak to any one of our peoples or any one of our members, they'll tell you, when you donate and you participate,
baby,
we give back.
It's about
giving back. Everything is there documented. This Universal Love and Loyalty is a non-profit organization. You know that we got going on here, so it's not about us.
Baby.
It's about the kids, it's about the people. You know, and for those who think, oh, they not doing nothing, this is about the movement also. So when they build us, when they look up, when they Google this, they gonna Google Low Lives, they're gonna Google everything that's under that umbrella. So this is not just a look for us.
Shout out to the brothers
all of us. It's look for the whole movement.
Word up.
So
doing stuff for real.
Please participate.
You know what I mean?
And you know, donate and send us, you know, any information you can. If you know any sponsors that will
send me a check
donate or participate.
Send me a check or something, man. Nah, I'm just playing. I'm just playing, but
word.
We're real.
Definitely,
real,
man. Get in contact with us. Let us know what you think about it. The show is here.
We're
live in effect.
We ain't going nowhere, baby.
We'll see you the next, next week, and the week after that, and the week after that, man. God willing, how they say.
Stay with you, baby.
You know. So you know my motto: live life, love is love. Stay up, y'all.
Peace.